Hello, everyone, and welcome to this week's episode of the Disney Vacation Club show. I'm your host, Pete Werner, joined at the table this week by my good friends, Ms. Jackie Gailey.
Hi, everybody.
And from the timeshare store, Mr. Jerry Saito.
Hello.
And this show is sponsored by the timeshare store, also known as DVCstore.com. You can find them at dvcstore.com or 1-800-550-6493. And we're reminding everyone this month to be sure to sign up for their email blast. They are giving one lucky person chosen at random from those who sign up a $50 Disney gift card. So you can head to their website and sign up, and good luck. And also want to make sure we give a shout out to the DVC forums on disboards.com. Tremendous information out there. If you are a DVC member or thinking about becoming a DVC member, the forums are great, cover everything, purchasing DVC, member services, fun stuff. There's a whole bunch of forums there and a lot of really great people there to help you out. So in this week's show, we are going to talk about right of first refusal and that process, which if you're buying a resale, it is the most harrowing week to 2 or maybe 3 weeks.
Could be 4 weeks.
Or 4 weeks.
Sometimes 5.
Oh, God. So basically what this is when a Disney Vacation Club contract is being resold, Disney has what's known as right of first refusal, meaning that before that can close, before you can take ownership of that property, Disney has the right to say, okay, that's fine, or we want it. And a good part of the reason for that is Disney making sure that there's price integrity around their brand. So that if somebody decides they just need to dump this and I'm going to sell my Bay Lake Tower for $69 or 69 points, $69 a point, Disney's going to be like, no, we can't let that. And then Disney will take it, and Disney will pay whatever the offer was. Am I correct on that?
Yeah, they'll buy it under the same terms of the contract, exactly the same.
So when you go ahead and you put your offer in on a resale contract, and you sign all your papers, and you send in your deposit and do all that stuff, then it goes off to Disney for the right of first refusal. Now, Jerry, you deal with this every
Daily.
single day for 20 years now.
Right.
What can you tell me about, like, is there a rhyme or reason to it? Are there certain resorts that are more likely to get taken? Or
Yeah, I mean, so that's a good question. There are resorts that we haven't seen any buybacks happen yet. Now, that could change at any time, but Alani, we haven't seen a single buyback.
They're so desperate to have people out there.
Yes, but most resorts, I mean, Vero Beach is one that's a little bit iffy. Typically, they're not buying Vero Beach back. And then that's about it. Any new resort that they're selling at the time, they're typically not buying those back either because they're not wanting to cannibalize their own sales. They're not trying to take in more inventory on something they've already sold. So like Copper Creek, they're not really buying back. Now, the prices are so high that they probably wouldn't anyway, but we've seen that on resorts that they're selling, they won't buy back.
Once a resort sells out, once Disney has sold out a resort for direct sales, then the chances increase.
Correct.
That there's the possibility they'll buy it back.
Yeah.
And now, even when a resort sells out, this was interesting to me, even when a resort sells out, Disney will still sell that resort. You can go on a wait list.
Right.
And what I've heard speculated is that if they've got somebody on a wait list for 300 points and they see a contract come through, let's say for $140 a point, there's 300 points at $140 a point, and they got this person over here on their wait list who wants 300 points and they're willing to pay $170 a point, well, that's easy money.
Right. And right of first refusal is typically an act when the price is too low. Like you asked, what's the rhyme or reason? Usually it is price related. Like Disney says, okay, we've got this much margin. We can buy it back. We can make that money. It's not always price. I mean, it could be location, could be size of contract. I mean, there's packages we think Disney is not going to buy that. It's priced well above market, no issue, and then it gets bought back. So the chances of Disney stepping in is usually, it varies, but 15% down to 5% are bought back. So 85% to 95% are going to get through. But again, mostly price related is what we see. If it's too low in price, they're going to buy it back.
But there are exceptions. You thought my Boulder Ridge contract,
Right.
which was what was it, $89 a point?
Yep, 89.
I got that for 250 points, $89 a point.
Which is under market. That's
under market.
Yeah.
And it was also a stripped contract. It
Right.
didn't have any points. I don't think I have any points until next year on that.
Right.
Which matters. That affects the price. If there's a lot of points available right away, the price per point on that's going to be higher than if it's a stripped contract. But $89 a point, but this was an international seller, and you said that might be,
Yep.
the reason why Disney doesn't buy this one back, and they didn't. They passed on it.
Yeah. So bankruptcy situations, probate, and international sellers, we usually see Disney waiving on the right, meaning they're not going to buy it back. And it's typically because they don't want to get involved in the process to get that property closed. When there's bankruptcy, it has to go through a bankruptcy court and get approval, and it takes time. Probate, same thing. It's got to go through that whole process.
A divorce, like for a divorce, or death.
Correct, death. Yep. Divorce, Disney, they don't care. As long as both parties are willing to sign, they'll step in. They don't care about divorce. That, at least that I know of. And then what was the other? Oh, international seller. Usually they'll let international sellers resell. They won't step in if the price is on the lower side. So, that could be to your advantage buying from.
And that's just because there are additional tax implications.
Correct. For the seller has to pay, and Disney doesn't want to be responsible for. Basically, they have to withhold it's called a FERPTA tax. They have to withhold that tax, and then they have to submit it to the IRS. And I think Disney just doesn't want to get involved. The packages we do sell for international sellers, the title company handles that for the buyer and seller's behalf, so it is handled. But I don't think Disney wants to do it.
So
Makes sense.
that was very interesting. So sometimes, like I think I got lucky, $89 a point at Boulder Ridge.
That's
for
a good deal.
250 points. That was an incredible price. And it went through.
Yeah.
It went through. And it was an international seller, as is the one I'm waiting on. Well, it's already been waived, but my Bay Lake Tower one, they were just waiting on that to close.
Yeah.
That was also an international
Right.
seller.
And the price on that would, even on
That was a normal price.
It should have waived either way. But yeah.
But are there properties that are more likely? You say like this 5 to 15%. Are there more properties that are more likely to get bought back?
Desirable properties like Bay Lake, the monorail resorts.
Poly, Grand Floridian, Bay Lake Tower.
Lake Tower, yep, and the Boardwalk Beach Club. Animal Kingdom, that's right next to a theme park. But they're more likely to step in. Saratoga Springs, actually, they bought those back. We see, again, price related. If it's current market under $100 a point, they're buying it back for Saratoga Springs. And, it's funny because people do go on the boards, or they have a friend that bought a year ago, and that person bought for $88 a point. And they're like, well, I want it for that same price. But the market changes. Things go up, and Disney will step in. And we try to advise our clients to stay above where Disney's bottom is, where that right of first refusal usually kicks in. They don't always take our advice, but we try to help.
Then if you're psychotic like me and you're like really neurotic about right of first refusal, are they going to take it? I already had my B contracts lined up.
Yeah.
Like if they take that one, I'm going for this one. If they take that one, I'm going for this one. But yeah, that was a process of I was nervous.
Yeah, that's a nail biter because you just don't know.
And there is a thread on, I'll make sure we get it to these guys, so they put it in the show notes. There's a thread on the boards where somebody is tracking what's being bought back and what's not. People are having to report, which I really need to submit my stuff to them because I haven't done it yet.
Oh, sure, yeah.
I think it's important to. It was a great resource, but as you had said to me, that just because somebody got waived at this resort at this price 3 months ago,
right,
does not mean that they're going to waive it at that resort that price now.
Yeah, it's best to ask the broker you're working with, your agent, whatever. Just find out what recently was bought back for the resort you're looking at. They will know, and try to advise you to stay above that. You can make an offer. You can go under that price. It's fine. But there is a risk that Disney's going to step in and take it back. If they do take it back, you would get your deposit refunded back to you. There's no cost if Disney buys it, so you get everything refunded. Or you can apply it towards a different purchase. So, some people are willing to take the risk. They're like, you know what, maybe I can get a good deal. Let me try it. If it gets bought back, just try again.
That's the thing. You have to know if you're willing to take that risk. You have to decide if you can handle not getting that exact contract.
And some of these contracts are like a perfect match for clients. Like,
yes,
they're already an owner. They want to buy the same use year to match their membership to the same location. So they want that property and they don't want to lose it. So, you got to weigh, is it worth losing or not? You have to treat it like when you're buying a house. Do you want to lowball it and take the risk that the seller's going to say, no way, Jose? Or somebody else coming in. Or somebody else comes in and bumps you with a cash offer. Right. Or do you love that house so much that you need that house? So you really have to, that's the thing about what you get. So for me, we bought 8 years ago. So we got a great deal on Saratoga. We bought on resale, and I'd have to look up the purchase and sale agreement to remember exactly how much we paid it was probably in the 70s. If it was 8 years ago, it was $70-something a point. In fact, I think it was 68.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, I think it was 68.
Because right now it's about 100.
It's 100. We see prices at 98, 99, but really it's 100 to 105. If you're, again, going to get past right of first refusal, right now, April 10th, 2019, it's $100 a point or up.
Yeah. So, we did really well. But, that's the thing. It depends. It depends because Disney, they have the right to change what they do at any time. And daily. It's telling, too, because when you think about it, Disney wants their hands on every single thing that goes through and so
as they should.
Yes, it's their product and they believe in it and it's a great product. So it's really telling to people that are considering dropping this big chunk of money that they want to see every sale and it's
and most timeshare resorts do it. At least in the past our company used to deal with Marriott and Hilton properties and they have a right of first refusal. Those companies, Marriott and Hilton Grand Vacation
nice.
Club. But they don't really buy them back. So Disney actually does. That's the difference, I think, and why certain other timeshares you can't even give away, where Disney, it holds its value and increases because Disney holds the floor. They keep raising that bottom, and it causes the prices to go up.
It's really fun to be a Disney Vacation Club owner when you stay a night or so at another hotel organization like Holiday Inn or Marriott, because when they approach you and they want you to come sit through their spiel and you say, you know what, I own Disney Vacation Club and I'm really very happy with it. They leave you alone because they already know.
They know.
That's so true.
Yeah.
They already know. There's not even a.
We're not going to compete with that.
Yeah.
I had that same experience. They were like, oh, well, we're not, you can go ahead and leave now.
Yeah, see you later. I love that. That's one of my very favorite things because I'm like, yes, we have something that they're not even going to sit there and try to make us come to this thing because it's so amazing.
So. All right, well, there you go. That's our discussion on the right of first refusal. Of course, if you have questions on that process and, want to understand more about it, give dvcstore.com a try or give them a call, 1-800-550-6493. They are an official sponsor of the Diz. So with that, we will wrap up our show. We hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you again next week with another edition of the Diz Unplugged DVC show. I forget which show I'm doing because I do so many of them. Have a great week, everybody.